This is what over $100 of pizza gets you in New York City.
You're probably thinking, that's crazy. Who would ever buy that? But what if we told you there was a 3-hour wait to get it? This is Ceres, a pizzeria in Little Italy started by two 11 Madison Park alums that was doing reasonably well until Dave Portnoy gave their pizza a 9.2.
The tomato slice, which you'll have to put in, was just about the best slice single I've ever had.
Now they only sell it by the pie, and you have to line up at 11 a.m. to order a pizza that won't be ready until hours later. Today, we're doing just that to find out if it's worth it. Ceres opened in January of 2025, but it was years in the making. Owners Julian Geldmacher and Jake Serebnik were working as a sous chef and line chef, respectively, at the 3 Michelin-starred and former #1 restaurant in the world, 11 Madison Park. During COVID, they set out to create the best pizza possible and decided to open their own shop. They had no investors and put $250,000 on their personal credit cards to launch the business, and it would take 4 years to find a place to lease. The name Ceres comes from the Roman goddess of agriculture and grain, although when Dave Portnoy visited, they told him it was named after the word Cerevisiae, which is derived from Ceres and is the scientific name for a species of yeast used in brewing and baking.
Ceres, the wild yeast that grows somewhere or another.
It was featured on The Tonight Show in April, and then Portnoy visited in May, giving the pizza a very high 9.2 score.
9.2 here, 9.2, 9.2, 9.3 tomato, whatever you want. This is as good as you can get in New York City right now.
The lines got so crazy in the days following his review that people were literally selling slices outside for $20 a piece.
Between the insane prices and crazy lines, we weren't dying to try Ceres, if I'm honest, but we've been doing a lot of pizza videos lately and get comments on literally all of them asking us our thoughts on it, so here we are, decided to bite the bullet for you guys.
We just got to the back of the line. It is 10:50. They open at 11:30, and I think how this works is you put your name on the list and they give you return time, and then you come back and pick up your pizzas. I hope this doesn't take too long. There's about like 20 or 30 people in front of us, so let's find out. It's 11:45 and we are just about to step inside. I'm resting my legs on this stoop in the meantime.
They have just 5 different pizzas on the menu. Cheese, tomato, a white pizza that comes with creme fraiche and pancetta, a mushroom pizza that also has creme fraiche, and the Induja that has Induja, which is Calabrian chili pork sausage, burrata, and aged balsamic. They unfortunately did not have this when we were there, and the girl working the cash register said they probably won't have it again for some time. Prior to Dave's review, you could actually get it by the slice, but now they're only sold by the pie. They also have some overpriced drink options, and that's it. The cheese pizza is the most expensive in the city to my knowledge. Let us know in the comments if you know of anything that costs more than this. Also, we asked and they don't do half and half pies.
We have successfully secured our pizzas and I am very excited to try them. We have a little time to kill though because they're not gonna be ready till 12:45, so about an hour. But we gotta figure out where we're gonna eat these, so we're gonna try to scout out a park. I guess we picked a good day to kill an hour in Little Italy. I guess I'll just do a mini chocolate covered cannoli if that's okay. Thank you. Made it all of 2 feet and I couldn't resist a cannoli. Look at how good this looks.
Breakfast of champions.
10 out of 10.
How much was that?
$5. Seriously, breakfast of champions. I haven't eaten anything today. Just cannoli is the first thing in my stomach. And now I'm gonna eat a whole pizza.
It is so funny that we managed to pick one of only a few weekends of the year that there's a festival running in Little Italy. It took us ages to get through that, but we just found a little park with a few benches. I also wanted to talk about what we ordered, because coming into this video, we were planning on getting the plain, the andouille, and the white pizza, but they were out of the andouille, so she said that they were running a special spicy tomato pie. I was just caught up in the moment and didn't realize that it doesn't seem to come with cheese. So I kind of regret getting only that one as our red pizza option, but she said it's way better than the cheese. Also, I asked if she preferred the white pizza or the mushroom, because they're pretty much the same thing. She said the mushroom is her favorite pizza on the entire menu, so hopefully these are gonna be really good. We just made it back at 12:45 on the dot, but they said it should be another 10 to 15 minutes, so the anticipation builds.
While we're waiting, I figured I'd quickly tell you about the ambiance. It is very loud in here. There is a long line out the door, but I love the tin ceiling. It is beautiful. And I also love the browns and the blues. It's funny that we're doing this right after Delmonico's, because the color scheme very much reminds me of that. And the lighting is kind of similar too, because they have like a lot of round shapes, which Delmonico's does in their chandelier as well. But the blue pizza boxes up against this like brown wood paneling just looks stunning. There's like a mid-century vibe in here, and I absolutely love it. Very excited to try the pizza. These boxes are massive. I can't see where I'm going.
We booked it over to the nearest bench, but walking around the city with these big, blue, beautiful boxes is really something. They quite literally turn heads, and multiple people asked if we thought it was worth it. Something I hadn't realized until looking at the receipt: they charge you $1.50 per pizza box. So much for dollar slices, now they're charging you more than that for just the box. Also, when we were ordering, there wasn't a single table, which is why we ordered it to go. But when we went back, more than half the tables had opened up. They said pizza boxes were not allowed at the tables, and we figured it was way too loud in here anyways. I actually think we could have asked for our pizzas to stay, although we wouldn't have gotten refunded for the boxes.
Well, we didn't make it all the way back to our table because we just couldn't let this pizza get cold. Also, I was feeling so bad about not getting a cheese pizza. And when we got back to pick up our pizzas, the people who were in line right in front of us only ordered a cheese pizza. They were super nice. They were just saying that they wish that they could have tried some of the toppings.
We did a little pizza swap.
2 slices for 2 slices. That's just the black market of pizza that you need to do when you're going to this place. All right, I'm going to start with this cheese. Unlike the New Haven places, you guys can't make fun of me for folding my pizzas. This is what you do in New York. This is the least floppy pizza I've ever seen in my entire life.
Seriously.
It's not very like oily looking, and you've got that grated parm on top. We did get a few dollops of burrata because we put it in with a spicy tomato, but I'm not gonna get any of that in this first bite.
I could hear the crunch when you bit into that.
Flavor-wise, for a New York slice, it is probably one of the best cheese pizzas, I think, in the entire city. But it's a little dry. Like, I like the crunch. Obviously, if you've seen any of our other videos, we're always going on and on about crunch with steak or pizza or whatever it is. I like the crunch, but it's almost like dry. There's barely any tomato sauce at all. The tomato sauce is not too acidic, and it's also not that salty. Like I said, the flavors are to die for, but there's just something about it that's like dry. It's almost like rough on your mouth. Like, it doesn't really have like a good mouthfeel, I guess. Yeah. It really is like a sourdough bread. It really tastes like sourdough. It's kind of more like, oh my God. Guy's taking a poop in the background. Not exactly a closed set.
Only in New York could you have people waiting hours to spend over $100 for pizza on the same block that someone has to live on the street and go to the bathroom in the middle of a park. The city really has a way of putting things in perspective. We decided to donate the amount we spent at Ceres to the Bowery Mission, which is a charity that provides hot meals, shelter, clothing, showers, and medical exams to people experiencing homelessness here in New York. If you would like to contribute, the link will be in the description.
Let's give this a try. It looks so good. Like you said, no flop at all. It seems like it's gonna be so crunchy. It's got like a very thick crust. I feel like the crust is kind of what shines. You're so right, like it is more on the dry side. I don't taste a ton of sauce. It's mostly just like that sourdough crust flavor with a lot of cheese on top and some Parmesan. And you do get like a subtle tomato flavor at the end. But yeah, I would say the tomato sauce is definitely not what's shining through on this, but it's delicious, so crunchy.
The cheese pie is made with San Marzano tomatoes, mozzarella, and scamorza cheese, which is similar to mozzarella but drier and with a more robust, tangy flavor. The scamorza really added to the complexity and flavor. The crust had a distinctly sourdough bread flavor and the consistency of just eating the crust of a piece of sourdough bread. Even though I loved the flavors of this pizza, I think it could use a lot more red sauce and cheese. If we had to make a recommendation on this place based solely on their cheese pie, I do not think it's worth the long line and high price.
Next, I'm gonna try the mushroom. Look at how massive this slice is. Again, I'm gonna compare to my head. Wow, holy smokes, that's delicious. I could understand why the woman ringing us up said that this was her favorite. It's definitely got a strong mushroom and onion flavor, but I love the creme fraiche on this. This is really, really good. I'm loving this.
Better than the cheese?
I think so. This might beat Sally's for me.
What?
In terms of white pizza.
That's crazy.
This is really delicious.
Wow, I'm excited to try it.
The textures are way better here and more balanced because you got a little bit more of the wetness from the creme fraiche and it's just the perfect complement to that crunchy, more dry crust.
Better than the potato and rosemary from Sally's is pretty high praise for Kristin, considering she talks about that pizza like all the time. But there's something about the pizzas here that just look stunning. Like if you were to tell me that 2 former chefs at a 3 Michelin star restaurant made this pizza, I would 100% believe you. Like it just looks beautiful. And the coverage of the toppings is like the entirety of the pizza. Obviously like there's a pretty big crust area, but everything is just covered so evenly. Obviously no flop again.
Yeah, everything's just chopped so finely that you get the perfect bite every time, which I appreciate.
Wow, I am not really a mushroom person, and this to me absolutely blows away the cheese. This is ridiculous. You hit the nail on the head. The creme fraiche makes it so much more soft and moist and counterbalances that dryness that you get from the crust. Funny, we weren't even expecting to get this, and this might be one of my favorite non-red sauce pizzas I've ever had.
It's really good. Highly recommend the mushroom.
Oh, it's so good.
The mushroom pizza comes with creme fraiche, mushrooms, and onion. There's something about white pizzas that lead to a quicker palate fatigue, but that is definitely not the case with this one. The creaminess of the creme fraiche balances out the brittleness of the crust. There is a subtle earthiness from the mushrooms, sweetness from the onions, and tang from the creme fraiche. It's complex without being over the top.
Last but certainly not least, the spicy tomato. This they made as like kind of a makeup for the fact that they don't have the andouille. And this one looks cooked way more than the other two. Look at how charred that crust is.
Look at that slice.
It looks like lava, like fresh lava.
What a work of
It
art.
kind of reminds me of the pizza at Sally's actually, like that molten red color. It's like the only pizza I've ever seen that has that color is the pizza from Sally's. Maybe that's a sign. That's got some heat to it. The toppings at Ceres are 100% the way to go. That spicy tomato sauce gives all of that flavor and creaminess that was missing on the plain cheese slice. This one is like night and day more creamy than that cheese slice. The burrata, delicious, so soft, salty, creamy. One thing I realized that I haven't even noticed so far is that none of these really taste all that smoky. Considering how cooked and charred and crispy they are, there's no like smoky flavor.
Yeah.
Sorry for the background noise. Filming in New York is not always the easiest.
I know, this is not the best spot. It's loud. You got cars honking. There's flies.
This is so good. She said that this is probably what they're gonna have for the foreseeable future instead of the andouille. I'm surprised they haven't changed it on the menu at this point, but if this is what they have when you go, it's not, don't be disappointed. I mean, obviously we haven't tried the andouille. People say that's their best pizza, but I don't know. This and the mushroom also could be their best pizzas.
I could not wait to try the spicy tomato. Definitely spicy. There is so much tomato sauce on this. And I realized after our New Haven pizza tour that I guess I'm not as much of a cheese person as I thought. I really love tasting that tomato sauce flavor on top of the delicious, crunchy, charred crust. And this is just perfect. And then you also get that burrata, which just like cools down that spicy sauce. For me, the perfect combination of textures, perfect combination of flavors. This is delicious.
I think this one blows the cheese one out of the water. I wonder if that's like a Calabrian chili pepper flavor in that sauce.
I would say so.
Yeah, it is good. Funny because I feel like if I came here and I just had the cheese, I would say this place is pretty overrated.
I agree. All I have to say is I am very glad we didn't get a full cheese pizza. I think the mistake we made was actually a good one because I'm glad we tried the cheese, but I think being able to try these two other pizzas with toppings was definitely a better move. This is absolutely delicious. And yeah, I think that's a Calabrian chili pepper flavor. It definitely tastes like it. Really, really good.
They don't have the ingredients for the spicy tomato listed anywhere, but I'm assuming it's a San Marzano tomato base with Calabrian chili peppers, pancetta, and burrata. In our opinion, this pizza was all about the tomato sauce, and it did not disappoint. It's so rich, salty, and the perfect amount of spice. They really load this pizza up with sauce too, so that dryness is a distant memory. And if you need a little more creaminess, that fresh, creamy burrata is delicious. I'm not sure they even need the pancetta though. I personally would have loved a smoky bacon on this instead, but maybe the crunchy texture of that would have been too much with the crust. Regardless, this pizza made me wish they were a bit more generous with the sauce and cheese on the cheese slice. They clearly don't cut any corners with the quality of their ingredients, so it would have been great to taste more than just the bread on that one.
Well, 3 slices was the perfect amount, but really I cannot wait to have this again for dinner, probably for the next like 2 nights. I totally agree with what Kristin said before. I'm very glad we actually didn't get a full pie of the cheese, even though I was having a mini crisis before, because the cheese, while pretty good, was just sort of like a little better than average for the city, whereas the toppings were to die for. Definitely where this place shines. If you've ever been and waited in the line, we'd love to know, first of all, how long you had to wait for your pizza, and second of all, if you thought it was worth it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.